The second Oval Office meeting in 6 months between US President Trump and Ukrainian President Zelenskyy went smoothly, with European leaders joining to project unity and thanking Trump. German Chancellor Friedrich Merz said his expectations were exceeded. Still, little progress was made on ending the war, a stalemate likely benefiting Putin as Russian forces gain slowly.
The Russians are still demanding Ukrainian withdrawal from the whole of Donetsk province, which looks impossible for the Ukrainians. What are the Russians still demanding in terms of arms limitations on the Ukrainian armed forces? Are the Russians still demanding what they call denazification? And on the Western side, are the Europeans and the Ukrainians going to go on trying to insist on European troops in Ukraine, which, as far as I know, is still completely unacceptable to the Russians?
Security guarantees remain the first big test. Kyiv wants a strong army backed by Western weapons and training, and potentially a guarantee akin to NATO's collective defense. European allies are exploring a multinational backstop force. 30 countries have signed on, but the US role is undefined. Trump promised US coordination, not troops, while Russia rejects any NATO presence in Ukraine.
Well, the Russians are not going to agree to a prior ceasefire. They have said repeatedly a ceasefire has to come as part of an overall settlement. And I see no chance that the Russians will move away from that. Because as Trump himself has said, you don't want a ceasefire, an unstable, fragile ceasefire that then breaks down again. You actually want to end this war. And I think that is where we are now. When Chancellor Merz of Germany still stresses the need for a ceasefire, I think he's on autopilot. It's not going to happen.
2 more knots block progress. On a ceasefire, Trump called it unnecessary in the Oval Office, then later said leaders would prefer one, while Putin, advancing slowly, has little incentive to pause. On territory, Moscow holds Crimea and parts of 6 regions, about 1/5 of Ukraine, and has demanded Donbas. Ukraine's constitution bars ceding land. Talk of a Putin-Zelenskyy meeting persists, but there is no agreement, and European leaders acknowledge that details still must be hammered out.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to Mirror Now.